Then there was 4. We are down to the conference championships today as we preview the NFC and the AFC conference championship. This is the All Sports Matters Podcast. I am your host, Mr. All Sports Matter himself, Amir Sharaz Ortiz. Welcome to another edition, playoff edition. Say what you want. There was 4, right? Commanders, Eagles, of course, the Chiefs yet again, and the Buffalo Bills. But before we get going, there's still 4 of us, as there are 4 teams still out there vying for the Super Bowl 59. I believe that's what we're at this year. I'm bringing on our producer first. Let's see what he got to say. Good afternoon, Mr. Producer JB. What's going on?
Your boy, I've been here first. Yeah,
Yes,
forget
sir.
Fleck. Forget the chef. They ain't nothing. I'm in here.
We go get the Fleck, because once we get the Fleck, we can't stop going to Fleck. So we're going to bring the tea, and the chef said he's sleepy. Maybe he's drinking the wrong tea. I don't know. Maybe that's a lot of was it chamomile tea?
Yeah, he's drinking chamomile. Get some oolong.
To the chef, good afternoon, Mr. Wakey Wakey. The chef is in the building. What's going on?
I see we didn't see Spider-Man where you don't say chamomile tea. That's like saying TT. So, I don't drink chamomile, so I don't know.
I'm just trying to figure out what's gotten you
like
sleepy.
saying TT.
Oh, the power outage. We had power outages all night long. And, I'm a CPAP guy. So that doesn't really help me at all.
So it's like, sleeping all of a sudden, somebody feel like somebody's grabbing you by your chest, by your throat.
Exactly. Like choking the mess out of me, and my neck is big. So,
well, we're sorry to hear that. As a fellow, supposedly wear the CPAP, but I don't. It ruins my nighttime outfit. But Mr. Fleck, come on the show. Good afternoon. Wait, it must have been JB. JB started it.
Who did what?
The man himself started it. What's going on?
What I did?
I will not speak until spoken to today.
That's what we're doing. We're not speaking until spoken to. First game of the day, right off the rip. We got the Commanders and the Eagles, 2 NFC East teams. Jaden Daniels vying to become the first rookie quarterback to actually win the NFC, a conference championship. Is 0 for 6 so far as statistics have shown. No rookie quarterback has won the conference championship and led their team to a Super Bowl. Can he? Will he? Mr. Fleck, I'm speaking to you so you can speak. Can he? Will he? Do the Commanders have enough to get it done?
I sold them short last week, just a little bit. I mean, I said I wouldn't be surprised if they won, but I thought the Lions would win that game. It's kind of hard for me to pick against them this week, man. I mean, that boy, he's playing lights out. He ain't playing like a rookie. He's playing like a 10-year vet right now, man.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to pick against him. But Barkley is also playing out of his mind too, so it's like, yeah.
Well, there's no snow on the ground today, so he may not be running for almost 200 yards, but he's still gonna get his.
Well, the not Redskins. No, they're not Redskins. They're the Commandants. Darren Payne's not playing for them, right?
No,
so that's a big loss in the middle for them.
Yep.
In the middle of their defense.
Deron Payne is out today. JB, I'm coming to you. Do you echo the sentiments of the Flexter, or you got your own belief that Jalen Hurts and his knee can hold up? I'm throwing a little wrinkle into the question. Can the Eagles have enough outside of the run game to get it done?
Well, I believe I told y'all last week, whoever won that Saturday game was go win this week. And I'm sticking by my words. The Commanders, because they are making y'all put respect on their name. The Commanders will win. They will go ahead and advance to the Super Bowl on this fine Sunday here, and they will be playing here in New Orleans in 2 weeks. I'm not going to say it's going to be a blowout, I know last week I said they go dog walk whoever they play. I don't think it's going to be a blowout like that, but the Commanders will win. I think they go win by 7.
7.
Devin, I see you in here saying go Birds, but I don't see them winning.
I'm trying to get the comments up here, but we still got to figure that part out when it comes to the.
Yeah, I'm still working on it. I'm working in the background.
Comments. We're trying to make sure we get everybody's comments on. Again, this is the All Sports Matters podcast. We do recognize our viewing audience, so we try to put them on the screen as much as possible. Mr. Sleepy Chef, I need you to wake me up and tell me how you feel about this first game. The Commanders, well, give them respect. I'll give them the respect. No, and the Philadelphia Eagles.
All praise due to the commandants. They've done incredible work this year. They've looked amazing, and they gotten hot when you're supposed to get hot. Right in the playoffs, they pushing towards the Super Bowl like they should. And I know Jalen's hurt. I know there's supposed to be some rumblings about AJ Brown not happy about not getting the ball as much. I just cannot pick against Philly this week. I know we all picked. Last week we were saying how Detroit was this and Detroit was that, but I'm just not going to be able to go against that Philly offense. And I mean, a lot of people aren't talking about it. That Philly defense is still nice, extremely nice. I know it's hard to beat a team 3 times in a year, but I think in a close one, Philly wins. Saquon does what Saquon does. I think they win by 3, 24-21.
I'm going to come right back to you. They split the season series, so it's not all 3. Eagles' last loss was actually to the Commanders. They've been on a roll.
Jalen set up.
Yeah, they've been on a roll ever since. Do you believe, though, that the snow was a huge problem for the Rams to get going last week, and that was the only reason Saquon was moving like he's Superman, everybody else moving like molasses last week?
Saquon is just Saquon. There's no other way to put it. He's played out of his mind all season. I mean, yeah, the snow may have given him a little bit of an extra boost, but I mean, Saquon is Saquon. He's just there's no way you can put it into words this year. He's played incredible football this year, and he's pushing hard because he wants to make it to that Super Bowl. So, like I said, I just think they just have the complete roster to get it done. I think Jalen's gonna play way better than most people think he will. They think he's hurt like pretty badly, but I don't know. I think he's gonna play a lot better than a lot of people think. And especially with Deron Payne not being in, I don't really see you being able to get to him as much as you would like to get to him.
So JB mentioned the passing game being a little out of the funk, just a little bit. AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts have not seen eye to eye. Fleck, we're coming to you. Jalen Hurts' knee. He's wearing a knee brace today. The tush push did not work last week because obviously Jalen Hurts cannot move. And that is a big factor when it comes to the Eagles' offense. Move Jalen Hurts around a little bit. Saquon Barkley running crazy. Is that going to factor into the outcome today?
I don't know. Like I said, for me, man, the biggest thing working in the Eagles' favor is Payne's not in the middle. So that tush push goes up the middle. You know what I mean? That anchor that's normally there on that defensive side for the Commanders isn't in there. So I don't know. Do they counteract each other? Does Jalen Hurts' knee counteract the fact that Payne's not in there? Do they run the tush push with Goddard? Because we've seen some teams lining up with the tight end and let them run the tush push. I mean, I think they got wrinkles. They got Barkley in the backfield still too. So I think they got wrinkles that can overcome the fact that Jalen Hurts may not be 100% this week.
So we're not going to open the door quite yet to tight ends. I'm not sure how big Rob feels about his, but we'll get to that game here in a minute.
That was rough.
Outside of Jaden Daniels.
He dropped the ball on you. He didn't have to do that.
Outside of Jaden Daniels, what do the Commanders have to do? You're picking the Commanders. You're all Commanders today. I had the Commanders winning last week as well, but for different reasons. It was more bad Lions than it was good Commanders. Last week it was both good Commanders and bad Lions. People call me crazy when I say playoff golf is going to show up, and he did.
He definitely did.
Outside of Jaden Daniels, do the Commanders have enough? We're talking about a rookie who is the stage too big for just him, and who else needs to step up for the Commander? We're talking about a Brian Robinson Jr. who showed that he was still a little life left in his legs. Eckler had one of his better games last week as well. McLaurin making some crazy ass catches last week. Everything fell right for the Commanders. So what needs to happen today?
So the first unit that definitely needs to step up today is the offensive line. They need to make sure they protecting Jaden Daniels and getting that run game started. They can get that run game started, then that'll open up the pass game. The second the second unit that need to step up is that the defense. They need to do whatever they can. Y'all have said it. I got my cousin on the comments. He's talking about it. They need to figure out what they need to do to stop Saquon Barkley. If they can stop him or limit Saquon Barkley and get the ball out of his hands as much as possible and keep the ball in Jalen Hurts' hands while he's hampered and get to him, then they'll have more of a chance and a better opportunity to win this game.
Well, I would definitely agree with you that there's no stopping Saquon, but minimizing the damage. It's crazy. Hopefully he stays under 150 and one touchdown, which is the best game of a lot of running backs' lives. That's minimizing Saquon Barkley right now. So I don't know. I'm picking the Commanders, but it's more of I think we're going to see a little bad Jalen Hurts today. I'm not sold on. He didn't sell me last weekend. It was all Saquon. And it was only Saquon, but I think the field conditions and the weather is neutral today, and that's going to keep the Commanders in it. Scary Terry, I think, is going to make big plays. The wide receiver, he's playing like a top 5 wide receiver. So I'm thinking a former Eagle is going to show out today, and Zach Ertz.
Oh,
I think he gets the game-winning touchdown, winning by 6. And to me, is more, I think it's going to be like a 27-21 type game.
So you don't think he go drop it on that 5 and out?
It
was 3 and out, but
3 and out. I'm sorry.
There's a level of petty on this call today that ain't worth a damn.
2 and out. Wasn't they on the 2-yard line?
Okay. It was a 2. Yeah, because it was a 2-point conversion. Yeah.
Well, no, the 2-point conversion got moved back though. They don't.
It's like the 3rd time this year he did that. By the way, let's just point that out.
Yeah. The moment was too big for Mark Andrews. I'm guessing, but we're going to pivot to said Mark Andrews. And before we get to predictions of Steelers, Bills, and Chiefs,
Commanders also missing their right guard today too. I thought about that. They're missing the right guard is out with a knee.
And really quickly, just got an alert: the Eagles might be missing their starting center.
Oh,
Landon Collins.
He's
Cam Jurgens.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
It's literally a game time decision. They don't know whether he's going to go or not. So they have yet to clear him for the game in 30 minutes here, or 45 minutes. So that's a big deal if that happens as well.
That's a huge.
Testing it out against who? With who? Taking the snaps.
So
that's something to watch too.
That's definitely going to be a big deal. But let's pivot over and check on some feelings over in San Antonio / over on Otaibo Street to be specific. And I'm checking up on you, big fella.
What the hell was that?
Are we over the drop? Are we still feeling ourselves just a little bit? Where is he the reason you have lost sleep?
No,
I'm looking out for your well-being.
No, I got over that a day or two later, but I mean it's become par for course with Baltimore right now. Like They don't. When the lights are bright, it's almost like they just don't. They don't go where they need to go. Lamar made some costly errors early in the game.
What was that? He just put the ball down and said, "Y'all take it."
Bro,
what was that play in the second quarter? That was mind-boggling.
The interception was mind-boggling. I was like, "Who? What the hell is going on with the?" Trust me, it was terrible. But I mean, Mark Andrews had a chance, but he shouldn't have been put in that position in the first place. It really should have been a better game plan put in place than the one that was utilized that day. I mean, the run game was basically null and void. Really, you went away from the run game. There it is. Because Derrick Henry had 80 yards. Mitchell was doing great, but you went away from the game as the game plan that got you there, in my opinion. But the defense played really well last week. Honestly, they played way better than I thought they would play, and kept the game really close.
They were physical. They gave the Chiefs a blueprint on how to handle Josh Allen, limiting his running ability, and I'm just, and we'll get here in a couple of weeks. We'll discuss where the Ravens will go next. But right now we want to just focus on the conference championships. Just giving you a hard time, big fella, because we didn't get a chance to publicly check in on your feelings. Because privately we were sending.
Oh, I was going crazy. I lost my mind. I was completely berserk. Yeah, you already know. I was angry as hell. I could have flipped the damn car over.
But for the first time,
I still hope you patched up them walls that you put in them poles you put in the wall though.
Yeah, so I'm good. I'm a handyman too.
I'm pretty sure if we move that jersey behind you, there's still a
there's a hole there. Don't worry. Just like in Shawshank Redemption.
But for the first time in Super Bowl NFL history, the Chiefs are trying to become the first 3-time back-to-back winner. It is public knowledge that even players in the NFL are rooting against the Chiefs. It's not go Bills. It's just deny the Chiefs this historic mark. You have players even like Marlon Humphrey, who publicly said this week, said, "I'm not against the Chiefs, but they can't win either." So is that the sentiment going towards
Marlon's upset also because he's got the largest playoff fine in the history of NFL levied against him today. $45,000 for that supposedly hit that was illegal that wasn't called. The Josh Allen's head. They fined him $45,000 for that.
How much they find them other cats that ran into each other and they called a unnecessary roughness.
He got that cash to
he'll be fine. It ain't gonna hurt him. But he's leading that charge no, 3-peat.
Fleck, both teams, cold weather. So we know that's not gonna be a factor. Usually that usually works against teams that Kansas City plays. Home crowd, I don't think it's that big of a deal in Kansas City. Experience, obviously, is a factor. That's an advantage that Kansas City has. And my question to you is, do Josh Allen and the Bills go 0-4 yet again, this time losing against Kansas City and Patrick Mahomes, or they go 1-3 and finally make the Super Bowl for the first time in 30-something years, 33, 34 years, something like that?
As long as the refs wear Kansas City Chiefs jerseys under their shirts, the Bills will not be going to the Super Bowl if they're playing the Chiefs.
Yeah, the refs ain't even hiding it no more. They just doing it. And
they just do it.
They like, what y'all gonna do?
So for me, no, the Bills will not win today. And I hate the Bills anyway. So I'm letting that there's much bias here. I hate the Bills fan base. It's not so much the Bills team.
Team from Canada. They like the help.
Fan base. But no, I think the Chiefs win today because of the refs. I'm being straight up honest. I mean, when the NFL comes out and says, "Hey, maybe we'll start looking into allowing replay on quarterback slides," that was in direct concert with the Patrick Mahomes slide.
Bingo.
That neither one of the Texans touched him on. They hit each other.
Hit each other.
And they got penalized for it. So yeah, as long as the refs are wearing Kansas City gear under their shirts, the Bills will not win. So I got the Chiefs winning today.
When you got Troy Aikman on there talking about, "Oh, come on, this is ridiculous. That's a terrible call."
JB, I'm coming to you in hopes to get a football analysis on.
How was that not?
No, I didn't think that was bad though.
The refs are their 12th man.
That is a true statement though.
I'll come on the flip side. What do the Buffalo Bills got to do to win, JB?
In order for Buffalo to win, they have to play almost a perfect game. They definitely have to minimize the penalties, minimize turnovers, and Josh Allen has to be top 10 Josh Allen that we've been seeing this year. He has to be MVP candidate Josh Allen, and move the ball around and get the ball out of his hand quick. The defense, they need to make sure that they're not, number one, they're not afraid to hit Patrick Mahomes, because Mahomes will run like he's going out of bounds and he knows people won't hit him, so he'll make it look that way and then he'll cut it up. So they need to just be prepared to play football and not worry about the refs, because we already know what's going to happen, what happens in the Chiefs games. So you need to go out there and play football, lace them up and play. Don't worry about who's on the sidelines. Don't worry about who's wearing what. Well, worry about your team, but don't worry about referees and if they have, bets on the Chiefs or whatever else. Go out there, play football, play Bills football, bring Bills Mafia with you, and y'all need to go out there and make a statement.
Chef, I'll ask you this one. The Buffalo got enough on the defensive side to stop Kansas City?
I mean, they do. They do. The problem, like we all know, it's what T-shirts are they going to have on under there today? Are they going to have on the traditional Mahomes "I love you" T-shirt on, the refs, or are they going to play like? Are they going to ref the game like a ref should? If they do what they're supposed to.
I will give a football analysis here.
I gave a football
analysis. The Chiefs' offense hasn't been lights out. You asked, do the Bills have enough on defense? It's not like the Chiefs' offense has been lights out this year.
No, they're not.
They haven't been lights out this year. So, they got enough on defense.
Travis Kelce went the hell off last week.
Last week was the first time
he probably showed up to be all season for the first time.
Also, I would like to point out that Travis Kelce is 3 touchdowns away from breaking Jerry Rice's all-time record of postseason touchdowns.
Yeah, we knew that.
Because what I'm saying is, while you're doing all of that, sir, they're going to try to get him more involved so that he can indeed break that record.
Oh, it's happening. Oh, that's happening. We already know that.
But what I'm saying, he has most likely 2 games remaining, and it's quite possible that he can retire after this season. So they're going to try to make sure he get that record. So just be prepared to see Travis Kelce in the end zone.
I believe only 2 players in the history of the NFL has over 1,000 yards in the playoffs combined, and that is Jerry Rice and Travis Kelce.
Travis Kelce.
So we got to keep that in mind. Travis Kelce is a different animal in the playoffs. Fleck, you sent out a text message last week while the game was on saying that you forgot about a particular player even existed for the Buffalo Bills. Remember that text message?
Oh, Amari Cooper. I forgot he played for the Bills.
Yeah, who had? Everybody forgot.
Well,
Buffalo forgot.
Buffalo has been known to just run for the last 6-7 weeks. James Cook has been phenomenal at running back. Josh Allen, obviously, he does his thing in the rushing department as well. When Khalil Shakir is the only target. What does Buffalo got to do to bring in a Cooper, a Coleman, a Knox, and a
Kincaid? Yeah, I mean they got the weapons. It's just like you said, for whatever reason they're not using them. It's not like those guys are bums. They just aren't using them for whatever reason. They haven't needed them, I guess. I don't know.
And I'll come right back to you. On the flip side, the Kansas City defense has been lights out. Steve Spagnuolo got those boys locked in. The blitzes has been, I'm giving all the credit to the Chiefs defense. The defense has been locked down. Prediction time. Do they get it done today? And who do you got going over?
I got the Chiefs winning, and you say it's not football analysis, but I mean the refs have been Chief centric. I mean Mahomes centric. So I mean, if the game is played straight down the middle, where you know what I'm saying, there's not those 75-25 calls that goes in the Chiefs' favor when there's nothing there, the Bills have a chance. They have a real chance because this Chiefs team, like I said, this year has not been lights out. They have not been
on offense.
The Kansas City teams of the past two championships where Mahomes is going to come in and light them up for 300-400 yards and 4 or 5 touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? We haven't seen that on a consistent basis this year with this Chiefs offense. So if it's played straight down the middle, I would go Bills, but I just know that it's not going to be played straight down the middle. So I'm going Chiefs.
Chef, prediction.
You can't go against the Chiefs. I mean, just bottom line, they're at home, and they're going to have a raucous crowd there. Travis Kelce looking to get that he's looking to get that record. It's inevitable. Unfortunately, I hope Buffalo can pull it out, but I can't go against the Chiefs.
JB?
I want the Bills to win. I'm gonna just put it out like that. I want them to win. Now, will they win? I don't think that the NFL will allow them to win.
No.
And this is my opinion. I don't think that the NFL will allow them to win. I think they have the tools in order to win. I think they can win, and I don't see it being far-fetched that they won't win. And if they do win, then I won't be surprised. But I don't think the NFL has been planting seeds since Super Bowl last year for the Kansas City Chiefs to win the Super Bowl this year by saying they could be the first ever three-peat Super Bowl champions. They were saying that before the Super Bowl last year. So taking all of that into account, I don't feel like the NFL is going to allow the Chiefs to lose. Now, that's not to say that they won't, but the way we're looking at it, everybody has seen it go on for all these weeks, and they're not going to change what the way that they're doing it. So I think the Chiefs are going to win. I think it's going to come down to something at the end to where, like the meme I sent y'all. Oh, the Damar Hamlin gets an interception. Hold on. There's some laundry on the field. There's a flag on the field, and we bring it back the turnover or the penalty to where now they have a first down and they're about to go and win the game. So I think the Chiefs win on something like that, and they go to the Super Bowl in a couple of weeks.
I'm trying not to get caught up in the hoopla of conspiracy theories because you guys are not wrong.
I was about to say it's not a conspiracy theory if it's on the field, we're seeing it.
They put it out there in everybody's faces. They're showing you we don't care what y'all think. This is what we feel like is going to be the biggest moneymaker for the NFL. So this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to put it in place. They're putting that out there for everybody to see, and they're not going to change it, no matter what anybody says or no matter how much people complain about it.
Kind of how the Dodgers are manipulating the system to build they're not hiding it.
They're not, and we're going to defer everybody until the year 2073. I'm getting the check until 2063, so don't worry about it.
Man, 2080, the Dodgers are going to suck because their payroll is going to be like $12 billion.
That's 2080.
with players that aren't even on the team anymore.
Oh my God.
Players gonna be long dead. Be like, oh, okay.
The ghost of Shohei gonna still be collecting a check in the year 2100.
And they all gonna say the same thing. It was worth it.
It was well worth it for that one championship.
One shining moment.
Well, we're going to pivot. Yes, we are the All Sports Matters podcast.
Did you give your prediction?
I'm going Cheech. I just think the defense is going to make a play. I'm not even going to touch Mahomes just like everybody else can't, and I'm not going to.
You just did.
Yeah.
I'm not going to throw any flags on the field. I'm pretty sure the refs got that covered as well.
Penalty.
What I will say is I am confident in the Chiefs' defense. And I think the defense will make enough plays where even a couple roughing a passer is not going to change. It's not going to be as big of a deal. Because even when they was playing against Houston, yeah, the flag was the first one, I believe it was, just because the helmet barely touched. The ones they ran into each other, obviously that one was not. But it didn't affect the outcome of the game. Houston was not Houston. What I'm saying is I don't think it's going to affect the outcome of the game. That's what I'm saying. So I'm confident in the Chiefs defense to make a couple plays and shut Josh Allen down where they show his lack of passing skills will be the difference.
You said lack of?
Lack of. The fact that he hasn't thrown it enough. The fact that he hasn't used his wide receivers enough. Eventually, that has to get to you. For the same reason, I think it gets to Philadelphia today as well.
Right, and that's why I said he got to get
AJ Brown,
get everybody involved.
He hasn't thrown
You're sleeping on the Bills defense.
Huh?
JPP said you're sleeping on the Bills defense.
Lamar Hamlin, baby.
I'm not sleeping on their defense. I'm just saying it's not enough. Matt Milano, he's going to spy on Mahomes. Cool. Okay, great. Don't touch. Again, did I say anything about Buffalo's? I'm just saying I'm picking Kansas City's defense as the X factor. That's what I'm saying. So I'm looking low score, 21-20, 24-20, something along those lines to be, and a end of game interception, after sacking him, say, about 6 times. Something along those lines. I'm putting emphasis on Kansas City's defense because they're the ones that's been consistently showing out this postseason, and heck, this whole season. Because that, like you said, Fleck, that Chiefs offense has not been the Chiefs offense.
Right.
And the reason they're there, they really only lost one game. I'm not going to count that Broncos game at the end, but it's because of the Chiefs defense. The only reason they're at.
So if we're not counting that Broncos loss, the Broncos win at the end of the year, the only team to beat them was these Bills.
No, and I get that. And the Bills
in Kansas City, right? They beat them in Kansas City, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
They did.
I think it was in Kansas.
No, I thought it was in Buffalo.
Hold on.
Keep talking. I'll look. Go ahead.
I thought that game was in Buffalo. But either way, the Bills were a better team then. Kansas City wasn't a team at all. If I'm being honest with you, Kansas City has not been Kansas City this season. That's all I'm saying, and we all agree to that. So they're getting hot now. They finished the season strong.
Okay, it was in Buffalo.
Yeah, I thought so.
30-21. They beat them 30-21.
I'm putting the emphasis on Kansas City's defense. That's all. And I think the lack of passing game is going to hurt both teams, Philadelphia and Buffalo. Let's see if Jalen Hurts can will it out with his arms, because I don't think his legs is going to be there today. Any final notes before we move on for the conference championships, both games, gentlemen?
No.
No, we're good.
Hopefully they play and we get 2 good games. Speaking of playing or not playing, what's going on in Miami with Jimmy Butler not allowing him to really play? Or he's supposed to suit up tomorrow, but what is going on in Miami?
Man, I don't know. I don't think they know. It's a big mess, honestly. Like
Right.
they just I think with the way that the NBA is now structured, it's harder to trade to teams that are like over that second apron or whatever. So Miami doesn't want to trade him for the sake of trading him without getting back, what they feel like is fair compensation. But at the same time, like, he's a cancer for your team. Why do you can't keep suspending him for nothing? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what they do at this point.
Now, I'm gonna throw this out there before we move on really quickly. The team players have backed up Jimmy Butler. The players said he is not the problem.
And that kind of echoes what Shaq said toward the end of his Miami career, kind of echoes what LeBron said on his way out of Miami. Pat Riley is not him. You know what I mean? Like, Pat Riley is not him. And you would think, him being a former player himself, like, he would have a little more sympathy toward the players. I don't want to say sympathy toward millionaires, but you feel he would be on the player side more so, a player's executive, I guess, to say.
I just figured it with a 10-team playoff like it is now, even a sub 500 team can still have a chance to get in. And like teams like Brooklyn, who we know has dumped their whole squad, they're only like 2 games out of that 10th seed. So it's like anybody can just sneak in at 9 and 10 somehow if they get hot towards the end of the season. Speaking of getting hot, Kristaps Porzingis made a comment talking about last year we were Lions and today we are Cats. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
He came out, said it last night after, they got blown out by the Lakers the other day, but they said they're not playing like they were last year. You want to comment on your Celtics?
That'll be all right. We're not playing like we were last year, and they're still the second best team in the East, so it'll be okay. They'll be all right. Yeah. They'll get it together come playoff time when it counts.
As we're hearing great analysis from our panel.
What do you want me to say?
Refs dictate. Celtics will be all right.
What do you want me to say? They're 32. They're 30. Okay, with all of that, they're still 32-14. Which is second place in the East. A few games behind the Cavs, who are playing phenomenal.
4.5 behind Cleveland, and I know the Knicks are 6.5. But you mentioned Cleveland, who just lost to the Houston Rockets. That Houston team, second in the West. I got to pause for dramatic effect because who would have thought that Houston would be as good as they are? Can they keep going?
Yeah. Udoka's proven that he's a hell of a coach. He can just keep it in his pants and leave the front office women alone. He's a hell of a coach. And he's proven that. Them boys are young and they're running. That's the thing that scares me about that Oklahoma City team. That's the thing that scares me about that Houston squad. Like, them boys are young. And they still got like 1 million draft picks and cap space. Like, they can continue to get better without sacrificing any of their core.
And OKC playing without Chet right now, and they still nasty. Chet sitting on the bench, just resting right now. Imagine
and the boy that came from the Knicks.
The dude that came from the Knicks. Exactly.
I might be saying his name wrong.
Hartenstein.
Yeah, him.
They're a problem.
So that's the thing. Like, for me, like, them boys are young and they're stacked like that. You know what I mean? Like, they are built for the long run. This ain't they're good this year. Like,
they're good.
They're good.
They're probably
got like 1 million draft picks. So if a Giannis becomes available,
right?
If if he wants to come there, they got the pieces to move without sacrificing the core of their teams, which is crazy to me.
So we know who's not good. What's going on in New Orleans?
They suck, sir.
Did we project them to be this bad though?
Well, we did not, but yeah, they suck. Yeah. They got a cat named Brandon Boston that played down here. He was doing something at one point. But yeah. Yeah, exactly.
What his name is?
Brandon Boston, BJ Boston.
Making up names now.
No, that's his name, BJ Boston. He's been around the league for a little while, but I didn't know him until he got down here, and he ended up being the only person that could score points for a second. Everybody else was either hurt or just sucked.
That name so feels made up, but I'll allow it. I'm allow it. Let's say it's made up name. I'll let it play out.
Brandon Boston Jr. It's crazy.
And you put a junior on the end of that?
Yeah, BJ Boston.
You're just out here making up names.
All
Yeah,
right.
that's what I was about to say. You made it up. So.
I bet you if you Google it, it's gonna come up and say American basketball player.
So I can Google all kind of crazy stuff and it'll come up and say it's probably. So, as long as there's a Wikipedia page, so I can make up stuff. It's like you know what I mean?
So while we're on the subject of basketball, unfortunately, we know 5 years ago today, the basketball.
Oh, yeah, 2020.
The world lost an icon, the basketball legend. Kobe Bean Bryant passed away today in a helicopter crash in Calabasas. We also, the Bryant family lost their daughter Gianna, and as well as 7 others. We never want to forget that. Total of 9 passed away. The legacy of Kobe Bryant continues on, and it will continue on, I believe, forever. I think he's one of few that a legacy will continue to resonate through generations. You know, we started with Dr. J, going to Jordan, to LeBron. Obviously, LeBron's legacy will carry on forever. Thank you, millennials. Then Kobe obviously was in the middle of all that. You know, you can place him 1, 2, 2, 3, but that day is one of the few where everybody remembers where they were that day. You know, those are one of the moments in life that I'm not comparing tragedies. I'm not comparing moments, but we knew where we were that day. We knew what we were doing that day. And I'm pretty sure everybody did not believe it actually happened until we.
No, I didn't. I know I didn't believe it.
No, it took several notifications from me, but like, nah, this is a joke.
When them reports started coming in, I was like, man, why are they? Because, you know, and that was, you know, during COVID too, you know what I'm saying? Like, and all of those reports was coming in, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's when Facebook was killing off every celebrity. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was, R. Kelly's died or this person. So I'm like, man, they play too much. And then, you know, I started getting them from the reputable sources, and I'm like, oh, wow. So, yeah, that's crazy. RIP to, you know, a true legend of the game. Like, you know, as a Celtics fan, I grew up to hate the Lakers. But, you know, it's hard to, you know, hate such greatness.
No, I will compare it to me hating Boston, period. But the Boston Marathon bombings made me rude. I knew where I was that day when that was going on. I was in Afghanistan at all, you know, and I was watching that live in Afghanistan. So those are moments in life where time literally stands still, and you're like, wow, you know. Kobe Bean Bryant, rest in peace to Gianna. I know the Bryants are doing well, obviously, but rest in peace to the other 7 families that lost people that day. And it's hard to move on from that, but the world, life, sports always moves on. We try to do what we have to do. We got 2 games today, two important games. I know who's not playing today, and that's the Notre Dame Fighting Irish after losing to Ohio State on Monday. I was actually intrigued by them not giving up. They were 1 play away from tying the game. Did that game, was everything you guys predicted it to be, or no credit to Notre Dame, or that was all? What's the running back's name? Jenkins, right?
Judkins.
Yeah, what, 3 touchdowns?
Yep, 2 rushing and 1 receiving.
He's not even the number 1 running back on that team. Henderson.
Yep.
That's the crazy part about it. So obviously he just
Rob Judkins from the crib, you know that, right?
Yep. Exactly.
just like who was it? Cardell Jones, was it, when he won their championship, went straight.
Third string.
Nobody knew who he was, and he went straight to the NFL. Obviously, that didn't pan out too well for him. But Jenkins, he said he goes to the NFL. So we'll see how that goes.
It's funny you bring up Jones' name, because this week he turns around and makes the comment comparing Ryan Day and saying he's just as great, if I'm not mistaken, to Nick Saban's career. I like Ryan Day a lot. I really do, but drugs are hell. Go to rehab right now.
Cardell Jones named somebody's quarterback coach too this week, wasn't he? He was named somebody's quarterback coach somewhere today or this week.
Barrett Jones. Barrett. You talking about Barrett?
Oh, was that JT Barrett?
JT Barrett.
Okay. I knew it was a former Ohio State quarterback.
Yeah, it was JT Barrett. Yeah, no, they're not asking Jones to do nothing.
Speaking of not doing nothing, Schottenheimer in Dallas.
That was the best hire I've ever seen in my life. I loved every minute of it.
Jerry Jones needs his puppet master.
Yeah.
No, I mean that's what that boils down to. He cannot have somebody there that is more that is too voiceful. And it's funny because Q had just put on in the chat, boycott the Cowboys campaign is in full motion. And that's crazy coming from him, because he's a Cowboys fan, so that's crazy coming from him. But Jerry Jones, there was talk of Deion coming in. I just don't see Jerry Jones conceding that much power. Like, he needs a coach that he can control.
Exactly.
And that's going to be their issue until Jerry Jones moves on from that team, one way or the other. I don't wish death on anybody, but one way or the other. But until he moves on from that team.
It's kind of one of those situations where, and I'm piggybacking what you're saying, once somebody steps off, something that's kept them alive for so long, usually the next step is not too far off. We're looking at somebody like Joe Paterno. At the moment, he gave up his position at Penn State. And we're not wishing that up, but we're not dumb either. We know that he's holding on for dear life, I want to say. And I'm not sure what his motivation is other than complete control.
And that's it. He don't want to share his toys.
He don't.
I mean, that's what it boils down to. I mean, I don't know any better way to put it. He don't want to share his toys with anybody.
Yep. He know the fans will keep coming back, keep spending money. He don't care.
They're bringing back Mike Eberflus, former coach of the Chicago Bears, as well, to be their defensive coordinator. Not that.
Who?
Exactly.
Yeah,
last
year. Bringing back who?
Eberflus.
Oh, I didn't hear who you said.
Oh, I thought you meant for real. Like, I really was saying.
No, I didn't hear who. I didn't hear what he said.
No, I'm saying. I was saying who.
Oh.
Did they make that official? Because I know I saw the alert earlier saying that they were looking at him.
Nope, they're bringing him back, which means Mike Zimmer's available to go somewhere else.
He said the team won't do anything until Jerry's gone, and that's it. And then he said he won't F with the Cowboys.
Oh, okay.
We can curse now. So Facebook is a fan of Trump now, so we can curse again.
Yeah, we can go live.
Well, he didn't actually say the F.
He said F.
Oh, sorry. Okay. And quote. My bad.
Okay.
I was filling in the blanks. I wasn't sure.
So,
I know. Q is a very angry man. So
He's very passionate. That's the bro. He's very passionate.
he's so passionate. How you think the Jets go do?
I like the Aaron Glenn hire, obviously.
Yeah, I do too.
They went out and got a new they got their new GM. Forgot the boy's name from
Denver.
From Denver, yeah.
The Jets are where they were the last 2 years. They're quarterback away.
They need a quarterback. Yeah. They need a quarterback.
So
obviously, Aaron Rodgers isn't the answer. Wasn't the answer.
Never was the deal.
It's just going to depend on who they can get to come play quarterback.
Right.
Now speaking of Aaron Glenn leaving, the Lions lost both of their coordinators. So are they taking steps back?
They lost not only the coordinators, they lost.
They already hired a defensive coordinator.
The linebackers coach with their new defensive coordinator.
Yeah, Randall left too. He jumped ship as well because he was a wide receiver coach in Detroit.
So before I say that they're done, I want to see what they do for an offensive coordinator.
Right.
Yeah.
Obviously, if they hire somebody in house, I mean, it's continuity. You know what I mean? So,
right.
You know,
I don't think it'll be somebody in house. It'll just be somebody that they'll be comfortable. They got the pieces, you know. So somebody with experience, obviously.
Right.
So that's what's shocking.
I was shocked that the Texans fired their OC.
Slow it.
That one shocked me.
Well, that's what I can see going.
Right, and that's what I was about to say.
Somebody with experience.
Right.
Bobby
I was shocked that I was shocked that they fired him. You know, like it wasn't all on him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That it was the injuries that hampered them a lot too.
Well, CJ Stroud regressed this season. I said that from the beginning. I looked at me like I was stupid. I remember that day. I said he's going to regress. He regressed, and he made a lot of bad plays. But the talent is there. The talent is there in Houston, and yes, the injuries did play a huge factor.
Yeah, the injuries killed.
I
mean, they lost their offensive line for a little while, and then their receiver room just got decimated.
Yeah, they just were hanging by a thread. Collins was out, and then they lost Stephon, and then Tank Dell. When Nico
the rest could have went in there and probably wouldn't have got on the field, but we could have suited up.
Yeah.
Before we move on, how are we feeling about Pete Carroll returning into the Vegas?
I like that one. I don't know why. I like that one. I like Pete Carroll.
It is his mission in life to just make Jim Harbaugh's life a living hell.
I like Pete Carroll. I don't know what it is. I like Pete Carroll. I don't know if the Raiders are going to do.
It's going to be. I think Russ goes to Vegas.
I can see that.
I can see that too.
I think they do a return. I'm not saying return to glory, but they'll run it back. I think Russell goes to
either Vegas or the Jets.
I don't see him going to the Jets.
I think
the Jets are going to try to get a younger quarterback.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I can see and I know I'm probably going to get ate up for this. I can probably see like a Justin Fields type quarterback. Going that way.
No, I think the Steelers keep Justin Fields.
And that's possible too. I'm just saying I don't see an older type quarterback. I think they're burnt out with the Aaron Rodgers whole ordeal.
Yeah.
What I mean.
Justin Fields would be a nice pickup, but like you said, Amir, I don't think they're going to let him leave Pittsburgh. I think he's going to stay right there. I think he fits that.
But I think they're keeping him for the wrong reason, though. They're keeping him as if all else fails, we got Justin Fields.
Yeah.
We got to do everything else.
Break glass for emergency type thing.
Yeah.
Q said, will Tyreek end up with the new team before training camp?
No, he's staying in Miami.
I think so too.
Yeah, he's staying in Miami. They gave him that contract. He ain't going nowhere. The problem with interviewing these guys after they lose is they're mad, they're frustrated. The
emotions are still
season is over. You put a live mic in their face, they're going to say anything.
Right.
Yep.
And
he kind of doubled down. He kind of doubled down too on it, but he said he's not backtracking
Right.
He meant what he said in that moment.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like he's kind of like, hey, I don't really mean it, but I meant it.
I meant it. Exactly.
He trying to go get some more money because he got all them damn children now.
All 11 of them. Finally, there's one more spot open before we leave, before we watch these hopefully good games today. And I'm asking a question for the second time. What's going on in New Orleans? The Saints are the only team left without a head coach.
Nobody want to go there.
Joe Brady pulled his name out.
They're
bringing in McCarthy tomorrow, so maybe
they was super banking on Aaron Glenn. They was super bank. They was like, "This is our guy. We want him." And he was like, "Wait until I talk to the Jets. If I don't do nothing with the Jets, and now I'll come and interview with y'all." But
no, he asked them to get rid of y'all GM.
He wasn't trying to do that. He wasn't trying to be down here. Mike McCarthy is supposed to be interviewing down here, and there's talk of if Mike McCarthy comes down here, he may bring Aaron Rodgers with him, and that's gonna be the most hilarious thing I've ever seen in my life, and I can't wait for it to happen. I want it to happen.
This is my thing. Like, how are they even affording anybody? They're like projected to be $70 million over the cap.
They're $50 million over the cap right now. They're $50 million over the cap right now. So I have no idea.
They're not paying another team to take Carr and his contract away. So that's going to be a thing there. There's going to be a lot of dead cap.
Push them further into the cap.
New York Giants.
It's going to be a lot of dead cap. The Giants won't do that.
Nah, but there was talk of Derek Carr being traded to the Giants.
Of course. There's talk of, a lot. There's talk because the Giants get a quarterback. So
if they release Carr after June 1st, then they'll only have an $11 million dead cap. But if they do it before June 1st, it'll be $50 million dead cap. So whatever they do, wait until something. Yeah.
So the players had hit the field. National anthem is going on.
So before we do that, though, Shador, he's not working out at the Shrine Bowl. He's not playing in the Shrine Bowl, and he said he's unsure he's going to throw it to Combine. How do y'all feel about it?
And he's only talking to the Giants right now.
Yeah.
He's talked to the Browns and the Titans.
He talked to the Titans, the Browns,
he talked to the top three. He talked to the top three teams.
And he said that all three of them asked him not to throw at the Combine.
Yeah, he doesn't want Cleveland.
I don't really understand that, but
I'm hoping he don't want Tennessee. I don't know. Like, he may turn out to be good. I don't know.
I think
Cam comes early on these young quarterbacks.
Tennessee's gonna do two things: draft Cam Ward or trade that pick.
I hope they trade it. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I hope they trade it, but don't drop below like 3 or 4.
No,
and be able to get Travis Hunter or Abdul Carter. Like
6, and I see Vegas coming in there 1.
If they trade down to 6, Vegas is gonna have to give up some firsts and seconds. Like, it's not gonna be just a pick swap and then you give me your second and your third. Like, it, because then we're dropping out of the range to get Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter as secondary options.
Well, Abdul Carter will probably drop down to 5 or 6. I think he falls to y'all.
I don't think he drops to 6 though. Like, I can see the 2 quarterbacks, then Travis Hunter, and then I think Abdul Carter goes right after them. I don't know who would be, I don't know who else would be up there in that 4 or 5 spot. I don't think he drops to 6 is what I'm getting at.
And I really like Abdul Carter too.
I like him too. I would be okay with Travis Hunter or Abdul Carter coming to Tennessee.
Yeah, either one of them would be nice for Tennessee, I think.
And we'll worry about the quarterback later.
Chef, you got something for us?
So, Fleck, we're talking about Tennessee. How many wins was Tennessee projected at the beginning of the season? You remember?
It wasn't many.
It was like 5, right?
Yeah, 5, 6. Yeah, it wasn't many.
There was one team projected to have the same record as Tennessee. Who was that team?
I'm going to go Commanders.
Washington.
Yeah, Washington.
It was the Washington Commanders were only picked to win 5 games this year. And here they are right now playing in the AFC Championship game. NFC Championship game. That's pretty damn amazing. And I think the young fella has pretty much locked up the rookie offensive player of the year because he is.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Well, I mean,
and he might even be in the he's in the conversation for MVP of the season if they pull this game out.
We talked about coaching, and I'm gonna give all the credit to the world to Cliff Kingsbury.
And
That staff that Washington put together,
incredible.
yeah, they held it down.
They have.
Hopefully, we've held down this show this week. We will announce in the next coming days when the next show will be. I will be at the Cosm next weekend for the Royal Rumble myself. Just want to throw it out there. I might even go live and show myself a VR watching the Royal Rumble next Saturday. Gentlemen.
You know, I was hurting a lot last week, but appreciate you guys for doing what y'all do.
Thank you. I was about to do it. Somebody beat me to it.
Why you put that man off the screen? He won that. He won that title this year.
Jim, you beat me to it. I was about to do it.
It feels right. I appreciate y'all. You.
We figured you needed a win because
I did. Jim, you're the MVP. Don't let nobody ever lie to you, sir. You're the MVP.
Yeah.
What did Jim do? What did you do?
I don't know.
Debo Samuels. Great trade, sir. Great trade. You're the one that said he should have made the trade, Flip.
I said what?
You said he shouldn't have traded me Debo Samuels.
I mean, did he?
Made the trade.
It ain't like Debo was a world beater.
So he had like one.
He gave me what I needed. Remember, I ain't saying it was
right time, I guess, but like, shit, he wouldn't even be a keeper right now.
No, he's definitely not.
One game in the playoffs.
He's definitely not a keeper for next year.
Like, yeah, he showed up when you needed him. I'll give you that.
That's all I needed. I just needed him.
I'll take that MVP treatment. You can pass along part of your winnings too if you want to.
I don't know about you guys. I'm going to watch some football and I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Y'all heard it here first. Some people like football, basketball, and baseball, while others like hockey, soccer, and NASCAR. But right here, all sports matter.
Peace out.